KU Medical School has this amazing partnership with Philmont Scout Ranch, which is the Boy Scout high adventure ranch located in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains near Cimarron, New Mexico. Every summer, fourth-year medical students at KU Med get the opportunity to sign up for a month-long rotation where they actually go out and work in the infirmary that's located on the base camp in Philmont. And they get to experience wilderness medicine, triage kind of medicine, and work with a variety of patients and attendings out in the mountains in the beautiful landscape of Philmont. Every day could be different. But the typical routine is, first thing in the morning, if you have inpatients that are staying in rooms in the infirmary, you do, normal, typical rounds, go check on your patients, check in with the nursing staff, see what has changed overnight. And so once you get through those rounds, you immediately start in with clinic patients. There's always patients waiting in the waiting room with blisters or sprained ankles or, respiratory symptoms or what have you.
So there was just tape on this surface?
Yes.
Okay. I would not say it's infected, would you?
The only real pain I've really felt from this.
We've got this.
The only pain I've felt from it is the other day at Miners Park.
Philmont has a designated staff in their radio room, which is typically anyone from like EMT trained individuals to college kids that are there for their summer job that have been trained in EMT medicine. And they are taking calls from different camps that are located on the mountain. And they have CB radios, or the equivalent of CB radios. So if something goes wrong on the mountain, someone gets sick or injured, they can go to one of these staff camps and the staff will call down via radio and report to the infirmary sort of, what's been going on.
Just make sure it's spreads well because the blood pressure's kind of odd.
Okay.
Andrew, go ahead.
Can we get vitals on this patient?
The temperature is hot and dry, with blood pressure of 130 over 76, respiratory 22, and pulse 94. That was taken at 8:42.
Okay. I'd like to see how he's doing again, but we can ask a couple questions. Or we can tell him that now or ask questions first.
Sure. Last ins and outs, so it's gonna be with
Yeah.
Okay.
How has the patient been hydrating?
Yeah.
He has been hydrating well and getting plenty of rest.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Has the patient been eating all his meals today?
Negative. He has not been eating well since he left base camp.
And then we'll decide whether we need to either send a medic out to take care of them, have them wait for a truck to bring them in, or just give them some reassurance, which is a lot of times all these patients need, and they can hike on.
So we take those calls throughout the day, do different procedures in the clinic, occasionally have to put on like our packs that have our basic life-saving or advanced life-saving materials in these big backpacks, and like drive up to the mountain and actually hike to the patient and do some work there. So it's all very exciting. You never know what the day is going to hold. And then by the end of the evening, you feel like you've learned a lot just in the, the 12 hours that you're working, and you get to go home and feel pretty accomplished. So it's really neat. We were just expected to be able to make a plan, and oftentimes we enforce that plan, with the support of our attending, but without the attending specifically saying whether or not he or she would do that exact thing. So you really felt like it was up to you to know what to do, to be confident in your decisions, to be confident in your knowledge. And so when you're in that situation, things that you've learned throughout school suddenly begin to make sense. And the dots are connecting that never connected before, and you also remember it a lot, better. So things that maybe I had to look up every single time in third year, suddenly I really had to know it. So that sort of autonomy, that sort of responsibility is, it's very scary at first, but once you start to feel your confidence growing, it's an education that you can't experience anywhere else. I don't know how we got so lucky to have this partnership. I have a feeling it has something to do with some of the docs that have worked there for a long, long time. But what an amazing partnership that KU has. I mean, I talk about my experience at Philmont with medical students from other schools, and they're all like, oh man, how do I sign up for that? And I'm like, you have to go to KU Med.